Two men are in jail this morning, including an up-and-coming Florida rapper. Both men are charged in a double murder. Police are saying the two staged a crime scene to make it look like a drive-by shooting.
If you're not living under a rock, you've probably heard of the trial of YNW Melly. And in a new video that has surfaced, YNW Melly's life has taken a troubling turn, leaving his loved ones worried about his future. His trial has been a roller coaster of emotions and twists. From mistrial to retrials, this case isn't dying anytime soon. YNW Melly's court troubles.
Cortland Henry and Jamel DeMons, who is better known as YNW Melly, are sitting in jail charged with shooting and killing Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr. Now, this happened back in October. We actually have aerial footage of the scene at Memorial Miramar Hospital.
In 2019, YNW Melly's life took a dark turn when he was arrested and charged with the murder of his two friends, Anthony Williams, known as YNW Sack Chaser, and Christopher Thomas Jr., known as YNW Juvie. The shocking allegations sent shockwaves through the music industry and left fans and family members in disbelief. The subsequent legal proceedings have been filled with twists and turns, as YNW Melly has maintained his innocence throughout. His defense team has fought tirelessly to prove his innocence, while the prosecution has presented a compelling case against him. The double murder trial has been a long and arduous process, with multiple delays and setbacks. And now, as the retrial looms, a new video has emerged, causing even more concern for YNW Melly's family. In this video, he can be seen praying. This footage has raised serious concerns about the rapper's well-being and has left his loved ones worried about his future. The content of the video has left many questioning the choices he's making and the potential consequences they may have on his life and career. YNW Melly's family in particular has been deeply troubled by the video. They fear that he may be falling into a dark place that could jeopardize his freedom and overall well-being. The video has sparked intense discussions within the family as they grapple with how to support him while also expressing their concerns. As the video continues to circulate, it has become a topic of intense scrutiny and debate. Some argue that it's a cry for help, while others believe it's a sign of recklessness. Regardless, it has undeniably raised questions about YNW Melly's current state of mind and the potential impact on his ongoing legal battles. But as his trial continues, an interesting aspect is the prosecution's unprecedented decision to use the rapper's own music as evidence against him. This controversial move has ignited a fierce debate about the boundaries between art and reality. Prosecutors argue that YNW Melly's lyrics and songs provide a glimpse into his state of mind and potential motives for the alleged crimes. They believe that his music contains hidden messages and references that could be crucial in establishing his guilt. Using an artist's music as evidence in a criminal trial is highly unusual. It raises questions about the interpretation of lyrics and the potential for misrepresentation. The prosecution is essentially arguing that YNW Melly's art imitates life and that his lyrics can be seen as confessions or evidence of his involvement in the crimes. This move by the prosecution has sparked intense controversy, with many arguing that it sets a dangerous precedent for artistic expression. Supporters of YNW Melly believe that his music should be viewed as a form of creative expression and not as a literal representation of his actions. For some, it's unfair to use YNW Melly's music against him. They say artists often use metaphors and storytelling in their lyrics, so it doesn't mean they're confessing to crimes. They believe that if we start criminalizing artists for their lyrics, it opens the door to censorship and stifles creativity. We should focus on the actual evidence, not subjective interpretations of music. However, the prosecution argues that YNW Melly's music provides valuable insight into his mindset and potential motives. They believe that the lyrics and themes in his songs align with the events surrounding the double murder case. As the trial progresses, the court will have to grapple with the question of whether YNW Melly's music should be considered as evidence or merely artistic expression. The outcome of this debate could have far-reaching implications for the music industry and the rights of artists. Nevertheless, this case seems to have continued forever. The retrial, initially scheduled to begin months ago, has faced one delay after another. Opening statements, which were rescheduled for January of 2024, were once again pushed back to February 5th, and now it seems that even that date is uncertain. The prosecution confirmed that jury selection is on hold until March, further prolonging the start of the trial. These delays have frustrated both the defense and the prosecution as they continue to prepare their cases and gather evidence. Delays in a high-profile trial like this are not uncommon. The complex nature of the case, coupled with the use of music as evidence, has likely contributed to the extended timeline. Both sides are meticulously building their arguments, and it's crucial that they have enough time to present their cases effectively. However, these delays can also add to the stress and anxiety experienced by the defendant and their loved ones. As the trial inches closer, attorneys on both sides are using this time to file motions, argue legal points, and depose new witnesses. YNW Melly's family and supporters anxiously await the start of the trial, hoping for a fair and just outcome. The delays have only added to their emotional roller coaster as they grapple with the uncertainty surrounding the rapper's future. The twists and turns of this high-profile case have captivated the public's attention, with fans and critics closely following every development. The outcome of the retrial will not only determine YNW Melly's fate, but also have broader implications for the use of music as evidence in criminal trials. As the saga concerning the retrial progresses, the courtroom has become a stage for riveting testimonies and compelling evidence. Witnesses have taken the stand, providing crucial insights into the night of the murders and the circumstances leading up to the tragic event. One witness, who was present on the night of the incident, recounted a chilling account of the events that unfolded. Their testimony painted a vivid picture of the chaos and violence that took place, leaving the courtroom in stunned silence. The prosecution has presented forensic evidence, including ballistics reports and DNA analysis, linking YNW Melly to the crime scene. These revelations have left many questioning the rapper's claims of innocence and have added weight to the prosecution's case. The forensic evidence presented by the prosecution is crucial in establishing a connection between YNW Melly and the crime. It strengthens their argument and raises doubts about his innocence. However, the defense will likely challenge the validity and interpretation of the evidence, aiming to create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury. The testimonies and evidence presented during the retrial have not only shocked the courtroom, but have also sent shockwaves through YNW Melly's family and supporters. The gravity of the situation is becoming increasingly apparent as the truth unfolds before their eyes. As the trial continues, the jury will be tasked with carefully evaluating the evidence and testimonies presented by both the prosecution and the defense. Their decision will ultimately determine YNW Melly's fate and the closure sought by the families of the victims. If the jury finds YNW Melly guilty, he could face severe penalties, including a lengthy prison sentence. The gravity of the charges against him, coupled with the evidence presented during the retrial, may sway the jury's decision. If convicted, YNW Melly could be looking at a significant prison term. The severity of the charges and the evidence presented by the prosecution will heavily influence the jury's decision. However, if the jury finds reasonable doubt or the defense successfully challenges the prosecution's case, YNW Melly could be acquitted and regain his freedom. The aftermath of the retrial's outcome will extend beyond the courtroom walls. YNW Melly's music career, once thriving, now hangs in the balance. A guilty verdict could result in a halt to his musical pursuits, while an acquittal may offer a chance for redemption and a potential resurgence. The impact of the retrial's outcome will also be felt by the families of the victims. Closure and justice are what they seek, and the verdict will determine whether they find solace in the legal system's decision. As the trial nears its conclusion, the anticipation and anxiety surrounding the outcome continue to mount. The impact of the retrial's verdict will reverberate through the lives of all those involved, shaping their futures in profound ways. Nevertheless, one thing about this trial is how YNW Melly's family and supporters have stood by him, grappling with the uncertainty and hoping for a just outcome. The potential consequences of the retrial's verdict loom large, with the rapper's freedom and music career hanging in the balance. The trial's outcome will not only shape YNW Melly's future, but also have broader implications for the boundaries between art and reality. The use of music as evidence and the impact on creative expression have sparked intense debates and raised questions about the legal system's interpretation. Regardless of the trial's outcome, the journey of YNW Melly serves as a reminder of the complexities and consequences that come with fame and legal troubles. It is a story that has captivated the public's attention and sparked discussions about the intersection of art and reality. Now let's delve deeper into the facts of the case and what happened that brought us here. The facts. In order to understand the shocking events that unfolded, we must first delve into the background of the victims and their deep connection to YNW Melly. Christopher Thomas Jr., known by his stage name YNW Juvie, and Anthony Williams, also known as YNW Sack Chaser, were two aspiring rappers who grew up alongside Melly in the Vero Beach area of Florida. These young men shared a bond that went beyond music. They were childhood friends, brothers in arms, and their dreams of making it big in the music industry were intertwined. Juvie, at just 19 years old, possessed a raw talent that captivated audiences, while Sack Chaser, 21, had a magnetic presence that drew people in. Together with Melly, they formed a tight-knit group of friends, a brotherhood that seemed unbreakable. They supported each other's dreams, collaborated on music, and navigated the challenges of life in the music industry together. Their friendship was the foundation upon which their aspirations were built. But beneath the surface of this seemingly unbreakable bond, there were tensions and conflicts that would ultimately lead to tragedy. The exact nature of these conflicts remains unclear, but it is believed believed that jealousy, betrayal, and a thirst for power played a role in the events that unfolded. On that fateful day in October 2018, Juvie and Sackchaser were last seen alive in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in the early hours of the morning. Little did they know that it would be their final moments together. The details of what transpired next are chilling and disturbing. The two friends were driven to Memorial Hospital Miramar, their bodies riddled with multiple gunshot wounds. It was a horrifying sight, and despite the efforts of medical professionals, they were pronounced dead upon arrival. The shock and grief reverberated through the community, leaving family, friends, and fans devastated. The identity of the friend who drove Juvie and Sackchaser to the hospital was initially kept under wraps, adding an air of mystery to the already perplexing case. It was later revealed that the driver was none other than Cortland Henry, known as YNW Bortland, another close friend and collaborator of Melly. The arrest of Henry and Melly sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. How could this tight-knit group of friends turn against each other in such a violent and tragic manner? The answers to these questions lie in the investigation conducted by the Miramar Police Department. As the investigation unfolded, a disturbing picture began to emerge. It was alleged that Melly and Henry had plotted to kill Juvie and Sackchaser, staging their bodies to make it appear as if a drive-by shooting had occurred. The evidence against them was compelling, with cell phone records, surveillance video, and forensic analysis pointing to their involvement in the murders. The shocking truth behind the murders of YNW Juvie and YNW Sackchaser began to unravel as the investigation led by the Miramar Police Department intensified. The evidence against YNW Melly and YNW Bortland was mounting, and on February 12, 2019, Henry was arrested in Texas and extradited to Broward County. Just a day later, on February 13th, Melly turned himself into officials in Broward County. Both Melly and Henry were charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. In addition, Henry faced 2 counts of accessory after the fact. The charges sent shockwaves through the music industry and left fans and friends grappling with the unimaginable. According to the police, a chilling plot had been hatched by Melly and Henry. They allegedly conspired to kill their friends, Juvie and Sackchaser, and then staged their bodies to make it appear as if a drive-by shooting had taken place. The details of this alleged plot were revealed through arrest records filed with the Broward County Court. The evidence against Melly and Henry was compelling. Police found no evidence of shots fired at the location Henry claimed the shooting occurred, and there were no reports of gunshots in the area. Cell phone records and surveillance video contradicted Henry's testimony about their whereabouts, and forensic evidence at the crime scene did not match their version of events. One piece of evidence that directly implicated Melly as the shooter was a shell casing from a .40 caliber handgun. This casing matched the casings found at the crime scene and was discovered on the floorboard of the left rear passenger seat of the vehicle, where video evidence showed Melly had been sitting. The autopsy revealed that the fatal shot that killed Sackchaser had come from behind and to the left, fired from less than 3 feet away. The investigation also revealed disturbing details about the actions of Melly and Henry after the murders. It was alleged that they drove around with the bodies of Juvie and Sackchaser in the vehicle for a period of time before finally arriving at the hospital. This calculated effort to establish their version of events only added to the gravity of their alleged crimes. As the case moved forward, Melly and Henry both pleaded not guilty to the charges. The legal process would determine their fate, and the possibility of the death penalty loomed over Melly if convicted. The case was scheduled to be heard in front of a jury. Still, in a shocking twist, Henry, who had initially stood mute as the charges were announced, entered a plea of not guilty in a Fort Lauderdale courtroom. This development added another layer of complexity to the case. State prosecutors filed notice of their intent to seek the death penalty in the double murder case. The severity of the charges and the alleged aggravating factors surrounding the killings, such as the heinous and premeditated nature of the crimes, led the prosecutors to pursue this course of action. The current legal battle surrounding YNW Melly and YNW Bortland is not their first encounter with the law. Both artists have a history of run-ins with authorities, and these past incidents may have a significant impact on their current case. In late 2015, Vero Beach police arrested YNW Melly when he was just 16 years old. The charges stemmed from an incident where Melly allegedly fired a gun at a group of people during a dispute near Vero Beach High School, where he was a freshman at the time. This early encounter with the criminal justice system foreshadowed the turbulent path that lay ahead for the young artist. YNW Bortland, also known as Cortland Henry, had his own brush with the law. In July 2016, at the age of 17, Henry was charged with fleeing from deputies who attempted to conduct a traffic stop near the Indian River Mall. He attempted to evade capture by fleeing on foot, but was ultimately tackled and apprehended. This incident marked a pivotal moment in Henry's life, foreshadowing the legal troubles that would later ensnare him. The troubles did not end there. In January 2017, YNW Melly found himself in handcuffs once again. This time, he was arrested on weapons charges after a routine traffic stop. Deputies discovered a loaded 9mm pistol with a laser attachment beneath Melly's feet, as well as a .40 caliber Glock with an extended magazine in the glove compartment. These charges further added to the growing list of legal issues surrounding the young artist. The intertwining paths of Melly and Henry took another dark turn in June 2018. Alongside YNW Sackchaser, the two were arrested by state troopers after a search of their vehicle revealed 3 Glock handguns and large containers filled with marijuana. This incident highlighted the association between the friends and their involvement in illicit activities. These prior encounters with the law paint a troubling picture for both Melly and Henry. The prosecution may use their criminal history as evidence of a pattern of behavior, suggesting a propensity for violence or disregard for the law. This could potentially impact the jury's perception of the defendants and the overall outcome of the case. Furthermore, the severity of the charges they currently face, including first-degree murder, raises questions about their character and potential motives. The prosecution may argue that their past encounters with the law demonstrate a willingness to engage in criminal behavior, making them more likely to commit such heinous acts. However, it is important to remember that everyone is entitled to the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Melly and Henry have pleaded not guilty to the charges, and the burden of proof lies with the prosecution to establish their guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. As the case unfolds, the troubled pasts of YNW Melly and YNW Bortland will undoubtedly be scrutinized. The legal system will weigh the significance of their prior encounters with the law and determine their relevance to the current case. The outcome of this trial will not only impact the lives of these young artists, but also serve as a reminder of the consequences that can arise from a life entangled in violence and criminality. Now let me go deeper into who YNW Melly is. Who is YNW Melly? YNW Melly, the rapper and singer from Gifford, Florida, has become a household name in the music industry. With his unique style and captivating storytelling, YNW Melly has captured the attention of millions of fans worldwide. But his journey to success has been far from ordinary. From his breakout hit Murder on My Mind to the ongoing legal battle that has overshadowed his career, YNW Melly's life is a roller coaster of shocking events and sensational headlines. YNW Melly, whose real name is Jamel Maurice Demons, was born on May 1st, 1999 in Gifford, Florida. Raised by his single mother, Jamie Demons King, YNW Melly grew up in a challenging environment. His father's identity remains unknown, leaving him with only his mother's support. Jamie became pregnant with Jamel when she was just 14 years old, giving birth to him while she was still in 9th grade. As a young mother, she faced numerous difficulties, struggling to provide for her son and provide basic necessities. Growing up in Gifford, a neighborhood known for its high crime rates and poverty, YNW Melly was exposed to a harsh reality from an early age. In search of a sense of belonging and protection, he joined the Bloods gang at a young age. The gang provided him with a support system and a sense of identity, but it also exposed him to a dangerous lifestyle. Despite the challenges he faced, YNW Melly found solace in music. At the age of 15, he started posting his songs on SoundCloud, showcasing his raw talent and unique style. His music quickly gained attention, and he began to develop a following in the local music scene. However, YNW Melly's involvement in the gang and his troubled past would soon catch up with him. In late 2015, when he was just 16 years old, he was arrested for shooting at a group of students near Vero Beach High School. The incident resulted in charges of aggravated battery, discharging a firearm in public, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. He was subsequently convicted and served several months in prison. Throughout his time in prison, YNW Melly's passion for music only grew stronger. He used his time behind bars to hone his craft, writing lyrics and perfecting his unique sound. His talent did not go unnoticed, and upon his release, he was determined to make a name for himself in the music industry. After his release from prison, YNW Melly was determined to pursue his passion for music and make a name for himself in the industry. In 2016, he adopted the stage name YNW Melly and formed the YNW Collective, which included fellow artists Anthony YNW Sackchaser Williams, Christopher YNW Juvie Thomas Jr., and Cortland YNW Bortland Henry. Together, they aim to create a unique sound and make an impact on the music scene. In late 2017, while still incarcerated, YNW Melly released his first project, an EP called Collect Call. The EP featured collaborations with well-known artists such as Lil B and John Wicks, showcasing YNW Melly's ability to attract attention even from behind bars. The release of Collect Call generated buzz and anticipation for what YNW Melly had in store for the future. In 2018, YNW Melly began to gain significant traction with the release of several singles. Tracks like Virtual Blue Balenciagas, Melly the Menace, and Slang That Iron showcased his unique style and lyrical prowess. These songs, accompanied by visually striking music videos, garnered millions of views on platforms like YouTube, solidifying YNW Melly's presence in the music industry. The breakthrough moment for YNW Melly came with the release of his debut mixtape, I Am You, in August 2018. The mixtape featured a collection of tracks that showcased his storytelling abilities and emotional depth. Songs like Murder on My Mind captivated listeners with their introspective lyrics and haunting melodies. The mixtape received positive reception from both fans and critics, solidifying YNW Melly's status as a rising star. One of the standout tracks from I Am You was Murder on My Mind. The song, a trap ballad that explores homicidal ideation, struck a chord with listeners and quickly became a viral hit. Its dark and introspective lyrics combined with YNW Melly's melodic delivery created a captivating and thought-provoking listening experience. The success of Murder on My Mind propelled YNW Melly into the spotlight and introduced him to a wider audience. The attention garnered from Murder on My Mind led to YNW Melly signing with 300 Entertainment, a prominent record label. The song was re-released as a single for his debut commercial mixtape, I Am You, further amplifying its impact. The mixtape received critical acclaim and showcased YNW Melly's ability to blend elements of trap, R&B, and soulful ballads into his music. As YNW Melly's music continued to resonate with listeners, his rise to fame seemed inevitable. In January 2019, just a month before his arrest, Melly released his highly anticipated mixtape, We All Shine. The project featured collaborations with some of the biggest names in the industry, including the legendary Kanye West. The mixtape showcased Melly's growth as an artist with tracks that delved into his personal experiences and emotions. One standout single from the project was Mixed Personalities, a collaboration with Kanye West that showcased their unique chemistry and musical synergy. The song became a hit, further propelling Melly into the spotlight. His collaboration with Kanye West not only solidified his place in the industry, but also introduced his music to a wider audience. The success of We All Shine catapulted YNW Melly into the mainstream, and his fan base grew exponentially. His hauntingly introspective lyrics and captivating melodies resonated with listeners around the world. Tracks like Murder on My Mind and Virtual, Blue Balenciagas, showcased his unique storytelling abilities and solidified his reputation as a talented and versatile artist. But it wasn't just his music that caught the attention of the industry. Melly's distinctive style and charismatic persona made him a sought-after collaborator. His talent and potential were recognized by none other than Kanye West, who saw something special in the young artist. In December 2018, Melly shared a photo of himself with Kanye West on Instagram, sparking rumors of a collaboration. Fans eagerly anticipated a joint project between the two artists, speculating that Melly would be featured on Kanye's highly anticipated album, Yandhi. However, the collaboration between YNW Melly and Kanye West never materialized as originally anticipated. Kanye's album took a different direction, and the two artists did not release any official music together. Despite this, the photo of Melly and Kanye together served as a symbol of Melly's growing influence and recognition within the industry. Another rapper currently facing trial on RICO charges, Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, is Young Thug, who has also joined forces with YNW Melly. They collaborated on the track Caprice and Fun, released in 2018. This collaboration was a strategic move for YNW Melly, allowing him to expand his presence in the music industry. In addition, Lil Uzi Vert, known for his hit EXO Tour Life, also teamed up with YNW Melly on the song Pull Up in 2018. In Pull Up, both artists showcased their unique rap styles. Melly's melodic flow blends seamlessly with Lil Uzi Vert's high-energy delivery. Moreover, YNW Melly collaborated with the late rapper Juice WRLD on a remix of his hit song Suicidal. This remix was released in 2020, shortly after Juice WRLD's untimely passing. The collaboration between YNW Melly and Juice WRLD united two artists recognized for their emotionally raw lyrics and melodious rap styles. YNW Melly's rise to fame was a testament to his raw talent and ability to connect with his audience. His music touched the hearts of millions, resonating with those who could relate to his experiences and emotions. But just as his star was shining brightly, tragedy struck, and Melly's life took a dark turn, as you already know. Thanks for watching. Click on the videos on your screen for similar content.